Hello, beautiful Oyoyo family. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Modern Sunday to everyone. Hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for following my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for follow. And today is Modern Sunday. We have this family picnic. We have family gathering that we normally have once in a month, and it falls today. So I didn't really remember, and when this thing come up, I was actually thinking of what am I going to prepare, because when you are coming for this picnic, each family you come with your own food, okay, and when your family will eat and the one that will even reach others. So I was thinking, what can I do? And this actually came to my mind as, okay, let me do jollof rice with something like giz dodo, but not actually giz dodo. In this aspect, I use beef and pomo, then spice it up with plantain and vegetables. This is me stir frying my beef, because I have to chop it little by little. Then I stir fry it. After I might have stir fried very well, and the water that comes out of it, I put it aside. I was still using my rice, and I did this. After I do it, I actually finished doing it in this frying pan. I put it on my oven to dry it all, because it needs to be dried. Here I started frying my this stew I will be using for my jollof rice. Then I added my oil first. This is what we call perfect jollof rice. Trust me, this rice was so sweet and tasty. I fried my onions, then I added my curry spices that I've already mixed together, part of it. Then I added my bay leaf. I stayed for some time. Then I added my tomato paste. That tomato paste is what I use for the jollof rice. Tomato paste, and blended the shumbo and to atarodo. That's the thing I use. I didn't use fresh tomato for this jollof rice, but trust me, if you test it, you will understand that this kitchen is not for everyone, it's for a particular set of persons. So I fry it very well. This is the shumbo I pour inside it. See how reddish it is, you see how look sweet it is. So I make sure I fry it very well. So after frying everything, I may cover it and allow it to cook very well. See, when you want to know that your tomato has actually dried up, that is when you start seeing the oil being separated from the tomato on itself, just as it is. Here, I'm adding my spices already, because the stew has dried, the tomato has dried up. So I started adding my spices, and I stir it again. So when I stir, I cover it and I allow it to cook very well, so that the spices will penetrate inside the tomato. You will not be hearing that sour taste. And this is me. The rice I use half pint of rice. I have to soak it in hot water. This is after the soaking, after some like 1 hour, yeah, it has been soaked and the water has dried up in it. Then started running it with cold water, trying to wash away all the starch. Trust me, you have to do away all the starch. You can see how the water, it is very white. So I run it tap water, I run it saute, it turns to white, knowing too well that all the starch has all gone out. Then I sieve it with my sieve. Okay, this is me. I do it this over and over again to make sure that the water becomes white, that you can no longer see the starch inside it. This is what I actually did. Then after that, and I put it on my sieve and I set it aside. So guys, if at this point you are still watching my video and you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please kindly do. And here I have actually added my water inside the stew, and you can see it's boiling here. This is the part where I added the rice. After you put the water, you allow it to, trust me, let me give you one secret about jollof rice. Jollof rice doesn't need too much of water to cook. Trust me, jollof rice is being cooked with heat, more especially with heat, okay? Not just plenty of water. When you add plenty of water in your rice, you mess that rice up. But if you want to get a perfect jollof rice, trust me, make sure that the water is not too much. Highest, let the water be a little bit above the rice or equal to where the rice stops. Then you cover it and let it cook. When it has cooked and you discover that the water up has all dried down, then that's when you will make use of your foil paper. Okay, you have to cover it with foil paper, then cover it very well. Make sure that the air that is cooking inside the rice doesn't come out. That air, which is the heat, that is what jollof rice use in getting done, it will get soft, and everything will combine together. Then when it gets little bit burnt, it becomes what we call um Nigeria particular fried. And here you can see the water is already dried up here. So I was trying to bring up the one down up, trying to make sure that everything gets done together. Then after doing this, okay, I still added part of the stew that I took out of that stew because I have to remove some. Yeah, I removed some of the stew. So after I do this, I added some of those stew on top of this rice. When I add the stew, okay, after adding the stew, that was when I make use of my foil paper. Okay, I make sure that everything. Then after this here, I've already added the stew. Then I add my butter on top. This is butter. Then I cover with foil and cover it properly with a pot cover and allow it. Here at this point, I've actually reduced my gas to the lowest minimum. This is me frying the plantain on the other side of the gas that we'll be using for the that we'll use to eat the rice with the pomo. This is pomo already. I've already fried the pomo. This is the veggies that I will be using. I use green peas. I use onions. I use bell pepper. I use carrots. This is the beef. This beef actually I bought this beef for 3,000 naira. You can't believe this. So this is the beef I'll be using. So I dried it in my oven and make sure that it's all dried. Okay. So after doing that, I've actually fried the plantain finish. This is me removing it, adding it to the other set I fried. Okay. So I after everything I set it aside, and this is me going back to check my rice. At this point, guys, the rice was something else. The smell in the kitchen was massive. It was something out of this world. You can't imagine being here without testing this rice. Trust me. When I do everything at this point, the rice has almost done. You see how it is, okay? After doing all this, okay, you discover that your rice comes out to one, like it doesn't stick together, it doesn't turn to like something else that you can't even imagine. The rice was so nice, so good. At this point, I still have to cover it. I still cover it. This is after this, I added my onions. Have you ever cooked jollof rice finish and add onions at the end of it? Tell me what is your result? What do you get? Don't you see how we do? So here I added my onions. Okay, after I add my onions, I cover it and I allow it to cook. Okay, so after I allow it to cook, I said okay, I cover it again. I allow it again. I cover it and allow it to steam down so that the onions will radiate inside the rice. That onions that you put at the end of your rice, trust me, it takes your rice to another level, which if you're not in the kitchen, you will not understand what happened. It takes it to another level. And this is me. I added a bit of oil. Yes, I added oil, okay, because here it's not yet done. It's at least a little bit hard. So I don't want to start adding water. Then I added a little oil from the plantain I fried. Then you know what it is, plantain oil. You add it to your rice. Oh my god! So yeah, after doing that, this is me trying to add the onions. I add the onions all around. I add everything. Then I cover it again and allow it. Guys, if at this point you are still watching and you've not clicked the subscribe button, please kindly do, because in this page, I've told you from the beginning that you are going to be learning a lot in this page. We are not perfect in the kitchen, but we are very good in what we do. Yeah, we are not making mouth, okay, but we know that we know what we are doing in this kitchen. So I cover it and I will allow it good to steam more. This is me trying to fry the will I call it beef pomo dodo that I wanted to use for this jollof rice. Okay, this was like an emergency food. It was something I never planned of. It just came up this morning and I have to rush to market this morning, Sunday morning. So this is me trying to fry. I use a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter, okay, to fry the veggies. I started by melting the butter in this frying pan. Okay, I make sure it melts. After melting it, I melt it with fire. I melt it very, very well. Trust me, flavor in butter is something else to be compared with. Trust me. If you use flavor in your jollof rice, if you use butter in your jollof rice, or whatever you want to fry. Trust me, you are going to get a very perfect result. So yeah, I use that use butter. Then here I added my onions first and my carrots together. Okay, because I'm frying it, I added onions. After adding onions, I add my carrot. Then I add my salt on top of it, and I allow it to cook a bit because other vegetables are not that as hard as carrots. Okay, other vegetables like green beans and bell pepper, those ones are very easy. Even with the heat of the fire, they are already soft. So you have decided to stir fry the carrot and the onions together. Okay, after I stir fry it, at this point I added soya sauce. Yeah, I added soya sauce to this when I was stir frying it. That soya sauce, trust me, takes it to another level. It was so nice. The rice was so sweet. Like, okay, so I keep frying it. I keep stir frying it. I keep stir frying it. I never stop. I keep stir frying and stir frying. I continue turning it around. Okay, continue turning it very well. Okay, at this point, I, I leave it a little bit. This is me adding salt to it. I added my salt to it. I stir fry it again. Okay, add salt and I stir fry. I stir fry. I stir fry. Guys, it's not really easy, but trust me, it's worth it. It's actually worth it because at the end of it, the outcome was something I I told my husband when the rice was ready and everything. Here it is me adding the soya sauce. This is actually soya sauce and stock cube I mixed together. So I added it and I stirred it. When the rice was done, what I told my husband was, forget it. This kitchen need to be leave for some persons because this very food, to be honest with you, I didn't plan it. It was this Sunday morning that the thing came up and we have to rush. Okay, what are we going to be taking to this venue? We cannot just go empty hand where other people come with food. We'll just be looking at them. No, we have to do something. I rushed into market immediately. Trust me. My husband wanted to go. I said, no, don't worry, I'll go. So here I've added the pomo and the beef. So I started stir frying it together too with those veggies. Okay, I've already added my green peas before now. Yes, I stir fry it. I stir fry. Then this is me adding my almighty sweet plantain. Ha! You know what plantain is in this kind of delicacy. It will take it to another level. So when I added this plantain, I stir fry it. I stir fry it. I stir fry it. At a point, I tested it. I was like, wow, this is so delectable. I'm like, this is so delicious. So yeah, I added a little bit of that spice again. This is mixture of stock cube and my soya sauce. I added it again. I stir fry it. I stir fry it. I stir fry it. Okay, I turn it again. I turn it around. You don't understand the smell in this kitchen. If you're not here, you will not believe how it is. So along the line, as I was doing, I just go back again and I check the rice. I check my rice. When I open it, trust me, oh wow, the smell was something else. You can imagine. You can't comprehend what is happening in this kitchen. In fact, my neighborhood were like, oh my god, Uyoyo, do you want to clean it? You want to finish us today? Do you actually want to finish us this modern Sunday? Ha, my my dear, my family, my YouTubers, you won't understand the smell that is coming out of this kitchen. Okay, this at this point in time, it was something unimaginable. At this point, the rice is already done. The rice is done and it is done. Trust me. Then I go back to my veggies. I stir it again. I stir it before I added the green beans, and the last thing I added was the green beans and the spring onions. Yeah, this is me adding the green beans, and I added my spring onions. Then I stir it again. I stir it and I stir it. Trust me. Oh my God. In this kitchen, it was not easy. Even me that is cooking the food already, I've already started craving of like, I want to start eating this food. I want to start eating. But trust me, I wouldn't have do that because I need to finish up fast because this event was supposed to be around 2 p.m. And at this point, this was like past 12 to 1. Yes, when I was doing all this. So I honestly, when I started this food, it's not, I started around, I think, to 11, yes, 11 past 11 thereabout. So before 1 o'clock, I am done cooking. Trust me. When it's kitchen time, when it's food time, forget it. People around me don't go hungry because if I want to cook, I bring out my mind and I'll cook within 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours. I am done cooking whatever I want to cook in kitchen. I'll first of all make sure I prep my veggies and those things I know that will take me for so long. I prep them and get them ready. Here, trust me, the Pomo beef dodo is actually ready, and the rice is actually ready. Momo, trust me, the smell, I can't imagine. I can't explain it because you guys will not understand. You will not understand. Okay, so what is when I cover it again, I go back to check it again. So guys, at this point, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please kindly do. We really appreciate that. Always follow us, like our page, comment on our page. Please kindly share. It's very important to us. It will help us, encourage us to post more videos. It's not easy posting full videos like this, and at the end of the day, you end up not commenting, not engaging with us. Please kindly do because it will encourage us to post more, knowing to where that our followers understand and love what we are doing. So please, I'm urging you kindly be in this page. Let's stay on this journey together. Let's grow together. Let's battle together. Let's learn together. Let's learn and unlearn together because no man is perfect and we cannot say we know it all. So every day here we learn from each other. While I do what I do, you learn too. Sometimes when you see some recipes, try and give it a try in your own kitchen and know what I'm talking about. Like try and give this a try. At it sometimes just do something like this for your family. It goes a long way. They will like you. They will ask you, Mama, where did you get this recipe? Try and do this recipe for your family, for your husband, for your children. Trust me, the love they will have for you will increase. Okay, so this is it. Thank you so much for coming soon for my video. Thank you so much for always following. Thank you so much. Your Kitchen cares, and I wish to see more of you and hear more of you. In thank you so much, and we have come to the end of this video. Watch to the end. Bye bye.